now.
So we'll be waiting for all the students to join in. Once we reach the 150 mark, so I'll just start with the webinar.
Yes, please. Yeah. Just let me know when I have to start so that,
Sure, ma'am. So I suppose all the students from all the courses must be ending their sessions with the previous lecture, and they'll be joining in the next 1 minute. So I can see the list of attendees already. 50 students have already joined in. So we'll just wait for another 100 to join in. So we are extending the list of the experts that we arrange for our students. Today we have a very special guest with us, and I'll be introducing the guest to the audience, but I'll just wait for everybody to join. So as I don't want anybody to miss that introduction part. And as our introduction in itself will be a kind of a motivation for all the attendees. So I must say that. So we'll wait for another, I think, 70 seconds or so. So 65 students have already joined in. So we'll just wait for all the MBA, BBA, BCom, and we'll be having a few students from BCA, MCA, as well as BTech first year from computer science engineering. So for those who have just taken admission recently, so they must know that Apeejay Institute of Management and Engineering came into existence in 1997, and we are one of the best B school as far as placements is concerned. So you must have read all the newspaper that recently we got #1 rank in Times B School survey as the best B school among private institutes in Punjab. So you must be, all the students must be proud of that, and as we all are. And all the students who have taken admission in August, they are already aware that we used to have many expert lectures. So we are extending that particular list. So we are just waiting for around 150 students to join in so that we can start this session. So we'll just wait for another 1 minute, I suppose, because it is just taking time. 75 students have already joined in, 76. So we can, I think we can start with once we reach the 110 mark. Obviously, the remaining 30 and 35 will be joining in. So earlier, during the induction program, I suppose we had around 21 expert lectures for all the students. And as your studies have already started, so we have toned down to around 1 or 2 per week. And but we promise whenever we'll get the excellent speakers like Tarveen ma'am today, so we'll be scheduling it as and then. So we just are hopeful that around 120 would be joining, around 150 would be joining. So I request all the faculty members who have already joined in, they can just send a small reminder on the students' WhatsApp or the webinar ID. So I suppose if any student is having any kind of difficulty in getting the webinar ID, they'll just get that WhatsApp message on their class group. So all the faculty members who have already joined in, so some of our faculty members must have joined in who are having lectures in their particular classes. So I just we'll just wait for another 20 seconds, I suppose, then we can start. We have around 85 now, so it will be going to 100. So we before wasting any of the time, so I think we should start. So hello everybody, I welcome you to this webinar organized for the first semester students of Apeejay Institute of Management and Engineering. Today we have arranged this motivational session for our young students who have just begun their journey at Apeejay. They must be at a stage of setting their goals and objectives for their professional career as well as their personal life as well. So to guide them better, we have arranged a very special guest speaker, Tarveen Kaur, Tarveen ma'am, a renowned motivational speaker. So we are very thankful to Tarveen ma'am for accepting our invitation to address our students at such a short notice. I just remember I just approached ma'am a day before yesterday, and she was kind enough to accept this invite and give us time today. So I feel today's 35-minute interaction would greatly encourage our youngsters and motivate them to achieve their goals. So I now invite Dr. Pooja to formally welcome our guest speaker, Tarveen ma'am, for today.
Thank you, Kamal sir. And a very good afternoon, everyone. It gives me immense pleasure to introduce our speaker for today's session. She's a role model and inspiration to every girl with dreams out there. She's currently serving as the State Vice President, Punjab Mentoring and Soft Skills Council and Head of Client Communication in Cutting Edge Learning Systems India. She's a versatile woman who inspires the women of her community and beyond. She has a rich experience as a soft skills trainer and as a training and development manager. She was also adjudged as the top sales performer during her tenure in Atlas International UK. With her tremendous contributions and enormous inspiring activities, she was awarded the Women Achiever in 2019 from Punjab region. She also bagged the Leadership Excellence Award at the 5th Leadership Conclave held at New Delhi. Let me welcome the dynamic and versatile lady, Madam Tarveen Kaur. Ma'am, Apeejay Institute is proud to have you here today. I welcome you, ma'am.
Thank you so much, Dr. Pooja. That was quite an introduction. And thank you so much, Mr. Khera, for inviting me here today. I am pleased to be here. Good afternoon, everybody. Good afternoon, all the participants. Thank you so much for joining. And first of all, I would like to congratulate all of you. You are here because it's a new beginning for you. I know this has been a very, very difficult time for all of us. It shouldn't have started the way it has started for you guys, the COVID times. But I think faith is the only thing which is going to take us forward in life. And, working with students, it's been almost 10 years that I've been working with students around the country. And I believe, students are the future. They actually decide where a country will go in the future, right? So you guys are a perfect place right now where you can decide. The first and the most important thing, without wasting any time, I'll just go shoot to my session. The first and the most important thing I would like to tell you people, wherever you are right now, the choices that you will make will determine the quality of your life. That is the most important thing. It really doesn't matter where you come from. It really doesn't matter what is your background, your past. What matters is where you're going in life, because that will determine your future. And the best thing, we human beings, we have choices that we can make every minute. We have this, clever mind who can tell us what is right, what is wrong with us. The only problem happens, when we start believing what people think about us. Now, what people think about is none of our business. That is the most important thing, I would like to tell you, but, because today the session is towards the summit, Shikhar ki aur, right? So I hope everybody is okay with the language. I will be using Hindi in between to, make sure if nobody is, is able to take it, but I'll keep it very simple. See, guys, things that I'm going to talk about today is no rocket science. It's very, very simple things, which has personally helped me to become who I am today. And it has, helped a lot of people. So those are very simple 3 or 4 things that I'm going to share about you today. Now, first and the most important thing is about mindset. Mindset is everything. Positive, negative, 2 different mindsets, but it can make a lot of difference. I'll share a story with you. I'll actually, I like to start my sessions with the stories. So there's one story that I would like to tell you about negativity and positivity, because mindset is everything. So, once upon a time, there was this old man who used to tell stories to little children. So one day he was saying this story and he was telling them, बच्चों को बिठा के, जैसे कहते हैं चौंक पे एक बुजुर्ग आदमी कहानी सुना रहा है, वो कहता है कि हर इंसान के अंदर 2 तरह के भेड़िए होते हैं. क्या होता है? 2 तरह के भेड़िए होते हैं. एक वो भेड़िया जो आपके सारी अच्छाइयों को रिप्रेजेंट करता है, गुड थिंग्स, लव, ह्यूमैनिटी, पीस, काइंडनेस. एंड वो दूसरा भेड़िया जो आपकी सारी नेगेटिविटी को रिप्रेजेंट करता है. Hatred, lie, chalaki, all those bad things. And now these two wolves, they're fighting all the time. Some of you might have listened to the story, but enjoy it again. So these wolves, they're fighting all the time. So क्या है, एक इंसान के अंदर दो तरह के भेड़िए, एक अच्छा एक बुरा, और दोनों आपस में लड़ाई कर रहे हैं. So one child, he gets up and asks, so अगर लड़ रहे हैं तो जीतेगा कौन? तो old man, he answers, वो जवाब देते हैं, the one that you will feed will win. जिसको आप खिला पिला के बड़ा करेंगे वो जीतेगा. So choice is your life is a choice every minute. Now, I can't see you guys. I'm just talking to a camera or just few people here. So life is a choice every minute. Right now, sitting in a room, it's your choice to listen to me or just passing next half an hour. You may learn something out of it, right? It's a choice. Another choice, okay, sabne itni tareef ki hai, let me listen to it. Maybe I get something. So two different choices, but two different results. And choices are everything. So mindset की जब हम बात करते हैं, जब when we talk about mindset, psychology में, there's a syndrome which is called missing tile syndrome. A missing tile syndrome क्या होता है? We as a human being, the research say we as a human being, our brain is designed to be negative. तो मतलब अगर 10 चीजें अच्छी चल रही होंगी हमारी जिंदगी में, it's a human nature that we will focus on something which is going wrong. Right? So missing tile syndrome जो psychology में है वो कहता है, like as per missing tile syndrome, it says that, for example, अगर एक इंसान एक कमरे में, एक perfect good looking कमरे में जा रहा है और सब कुछ एकदम perfect है, सब कुछ बहुत बढ़िया है इस कमरे में, but कहीं ना कहीं अगर एक टाइल टूटी हुई है तो it's our nature, it's a human nature कि हमारा ध्यान उस पे जाएगा. Right? But this is a monkey mind, as Buddhists say, is Jain philosophy में कहा है कि ये दिमाग जो है, it's a monkey mind. We have to really control it. And choices क्या करता है? जब हम choices करते हैं, when we make choices according to positivity or negativity, we can create wonders. Right. So when we talk about mindset, and I talked about, life is a choice. Now, the next thing which I would like to talk about in mindset is, people, if you're taking notes, if you're writing and if you're taking notes, I want you to, before I go forward, I want you to write down 4 things, the questions that you need to ask, all of you, not only students, whosoever is listening. The first one, where I am today, where am I today? मैं कहाँ हूँ आज? How did I get here, right? How did I get here? Talk about your strengths, talk about what are the things that you're good at. The third thing, where do I plan to go? Vision, goal, which is very, very important. And the fourth thing, what am I planning? मैंने वहाँ जाना कैसा है? So 4 questions. जो everybody whosoever is listening to me, I would request you to write this down. मैं कहाँ हूँ? मैं कैसे यहाँ पहुँचा हूँ? मैंने कहाँ जाना है? और मैंने वहाँ कैसे जाना है? हर इंसान को ये questions at least 3-4 महीने के बाद पूछने चाहिए. It'll give you clarity. It'll give you clarity where you want to go in life direction, which is very, very important. Okay, coming back to mindset. Now, the second thing which I want to talk about, and the first thing that we talked about, negativity, positivity, दोनों हमारे दिमाग में है. जिसको feed करेंगे, वो grow करेगा, वो win करेगा, right? Second thing we talked about is, I can't even expect an answer here because, it's normally my sessions are very interactive and people say, yes, yes, we do a lot of exercises. I had planned so much. Last minute, I got to know that I won't be even able to see my audience, but it's a challenging, but it's okay. I hope to see you guys one day, maybe, when things are fine. Now, the second thing when I talked about was choices. Now, the third thing, 2 mindset होते हैं. Victim's mindset, again, psychology में, and winner's mindset. Choice is yours. जो victim mindset है, वो हमेशा कहता है, why me? मेरे साथ ऐसा क्यों हुआ? Why did I go to village school? Why did not I have this? मैं उस family में क्यों नहीं पैदा हुआ? मेरे parents क्यों हैं ये? Students में मुझे बहुत सुनने को मिलता है कि why it has happened with me? Victim's mindset. Look at me, भगवान ने मेरे साथ एक बहुत बड़ा धोखा किया है. Why it has happened with me, right? That is a victim mindset. And winner's mindset, whatever that I have, it's okay. I'll make the best use of it. And that leads to my next point, which is resources versus resourcefulness. अब देखिए resources एक चीज है, resourcefulness एक चीज है. Resources है कि मेरे पास ये भी है, ये भी है, ये भी है, but still I am not able to make the use of it. Resourcefulness is about, whatever that I have, what am I doing with it? वो कहते हैं ना, मंजिलें उन्हीं को मिलती है, मंजिलें उन्हीं को मिलती हैं जिनके सपनों में जान होती है. पंख लगाने से कुछ नहीं होता, हौसलों से उड़ान होती है. तो जो पंख हैं ये आपके रिसोर्सेज हैं. अब कितने रिसोर्सेज हमारे पास हो जाते हैं, सबके पास इंटरनेट है, एवरीबडी हैज ऑल दिस रिसोर्सेज, बट स्टिल वी क्रिब अबाउट, स्टिल वी कंप्लेन अबाउट आवर लाइव्स, राइट? सो विक्टिम्स माइंडसेट, विनर्स माइंडसेट, चॉइस इज योर्स. अगेन, लाइफ इज अ चॉइस, राइट? इन द एंड रिजल्ट्स उन्हीं को मिलते हैं जो अपने मंकी माइंड को कंट्रोल करते हैं, जो ये डिसाइड करते हैं कि ठीक है, मेरे को जो भी मिला है, आई एम गोना, बिकॉज राइट नाउ एज अ स्टूडेंट्स यू विल बी इन अ लॉट ऑफ कंफ्यूजन. वैसे ही एनीवे दिस नॉट हैज बीन अ वेरी ग्रेट ईयर फॉर ऑल ऑफ अस, राइट? जहाँ पे आपको क्लासेस लगानी थी, एक नई एक्साइटमेंट थी लाइफ की कि नई जिंदगी शुरू होनी है, स्कूल से आए हैं, वहीं पे घर बैठ के क्लासेस लगा रहे हैं. सो आई नो इट्स वेरी डिफिकल्ट, but this is a perfect time for you students where you can prepare yourself for the coming years, for the good times that we have ahead, right? लोग बात करते हैं किस्मत की. मेरा लक बहुत खराब है, मुझे मतलब मेरे पास ये नहीं है. लक होता क्या है यहाँ पे? आई कैन नॉट एक्सपेक्ट द आंसर. तो सब कुछ मुझे क्वेश्चंस भी खुद पूछने हैं. Yeah, and I can, and I actually would like to ask my students, if they can write this down for them. What is luck? Luck hai kya? And maybe they can. How do you define luck? What is luck? Do you believe in luck completely, or what is the definition? And if you maybe can write and send me the messages. Right now, luck. When we talk about luck, do you think I should wait for the comments?
Ma'am, I think we can ask our students to give their answers in the chat box. Would that be okay?
Yeah, that should be fine. That'll be great.
Yeah. Vatsala, ma'am, can you help us in that? Vatsala, ma'am, are you there?
Yes, ma'am. Students can do that. All the students, okay. You are requested to just type on the chat box. So, and also if you have any of the questions, you can write it in Q&A box also, or you can type in the chat. So we are getting.
I'm getting the answers.
Getting the answers. Yes. Akanksha has written, luck is equally important for our success along with hard work. Honey says no definition about luck. Okay. That's interesting.
Yeah.
Yes, students. So during the session, whenever ma'am is asking questions, please feel free to write your answers or whatever your views you have in the chat box. Work hard, then I'll luck matter karna. Okay, so working hard is more important. Prabjeet says yes.
Luck is smaller than hard work. Okay. Okay, great. I'm glad that people are participating because, without participation, it's going to be another lecture, unfortunately, because it's a lecture at the moment, but I'm glad that people are participating here. So luck, guys, what I believe luck is, I'm not here to impose what I believe in, but whatever that information that I'm sharing with you is from the, my own experience with the students like you that I've worked with. Now, what I believe luck is a perfect, it's like a perfect combination of opportunity and preparation, right? Opportunity and preparation. Now, let's take an example. When we are, let's say, tomorrow, after a few years, you're going to have companies coming in for the interview and you've been told that, placement department will inform you, okay, we have this company coming in, be ready. And maybe, you got the information just 2 days ago. Now, what happens is universe is sending you an opportunity, right? But your preparation was not there. So what happens is you maybe don't get, selected in that. And then you say, meri kismat kharab thi. राइट अब ठीक है, आपकी किस्मत खराब थी. नेक्स्ट ईयर फिर आपको आना था, आपने फिर से इंटरव्यू में बैठना था, बट नेक्स्ट ईयर वो कंपनी नहीं आई. आपकी फिर किस्मत खराब थी. You getting my point? So ये किस्मत खराब नहीं है किसी की भी. किस्मत किसी कोई किस्मत ऊपर से लिखवा के नहीं लाया होता है. Luck is a perfect example, a perfect combination of opportunity meets preparation. Whatever things that you miss out of here, चाहे वो preparation थी, opportunity, जिस चीज को आप miss करेंगे, that's where you say that you get unlucky. Right? But I'm really glad. Okay, one more question I would like to ask before we go on. What is the thing that you've learned so far in last 10, 15 minutes? Any answers on that? Don't believe in luck, Sanya, good. I have people saying they don't believe in luck. That's good. People who believe in luck, they just blame everything to luck.
Students, please write down your
Any
answers
learnings?
in the chat box. Okay, great.
So there is Kamalpreet saying, I believe in hard work only. We would request our students to write their answers in the chat box. Yeah.
Okay, guys, we would have 10 minutes, maybe towards the end for your questions. I'll take them. If you have any questions about anything, even if it's nothing to do with the session, we can discuss them later. So believe yourself as a genius and winner, get success, that we have to raise a good wolf. Yes, that's a very, very important thing. That we have to raise a good wolf. We have to feed the right choices. We have to feed the right one because it's all in our hands. I'm a Reiki healer and I am a certified NLP coach. So I, deal with a lot of people coming with, depression and a lot of other things, psychological problems. I do deal with them. And I believe that, I know there are issues as well, but I believe that most of the issues that people are dealing are self-imposed. We have a lot of self-limiting beliefs. We're going to talk about belief, great, and see, show, hard work. Thank you so much, guys. Thank you. Thank you. Okay. Thank you for this engagement because now I feel that I'm talking. There is somebody listening to me because I've never done, as I said before this. So great. Now, moving, let me recap, things that we've discussed. We talked about missing style syndrome. We talked about winner's mindset and okay, there's nobody to answer. Winner's mindset and the victim's mindset. So victim mindset would always say, why it has happened with me. मेरे साथ ही ऐसा क्यों है? मेरी किस्मत खराब है. पंडित ने तो पहले ही कहा था इसको ये स्टोन पहनाओ, तभी इसका होना है. एक क्वेश्चन है, मैं उसका आंसर की वेट नहीं करूंगी, बट आई जस्ट कैरी ऑन. जब यहाँ पे देखिए, आई वर्क विद इंजीनियरिंग स्टूडेंट्स, आई वर्क विद लॉट ऑफ स्टूडेंट्स, स्पेशली पीपल विद who has to go through a placement process. Now, in the end, everybody would have a same degree, maybe about 500 people or 200 people, and all of them going to appear in the interview. Now, why it happens that only 5 or 6 or 7 get selected out of them, right? It's not that the placement department has not done their jobs well, or they haven't invited well, or companies have any personal problems with you. No. That is a question that, you have to ask yourself. There are different skills which you need to develop, right? Your communication skills, your time management skill, your presentation skills. Okay, that's altogether a different topic, but this is the question I wanted to ask because that's leading to my next thing. Now, the next thing that I'm going to talk about, we talked about mindset, how important it is to have a right mindset for everything that you do in life, guys. Your brain is your slave. What you're telling your brain, it's gonna believe in it and it's gonna act in it. Same for your body as well, right? Now, can you believe that you can walk on fire without burning your feet? It's a question. No. How many of you believe that you can walk on fire without burning your feet? No? Few people have said no. Okay, well, let me share a story with you, my personal story. In 2007, I did a session with Anthony Robbins in It's all about mind control. Great, right? It's all about mind control. I did a session in 2007 in England with Anthony Robbins called, Journey of Self-Discovery. On the second day, we all had to walk on fire. It was very crazy. I was not prepared for it. But, story ko short karte hain. The second day, the way he trains your brain, the way he tells you, the way you train your brain, basically, it's all about me training my own brain, that yes, I did it. I did walk on fire, on hot burning coals, without burning my feet. That's the power of our brain. The research says it's not the hot coals that burns our feet. It's the brain who let us burn. That's the power of our brain. So imagine if we feed our brain with positivity, if we tell them, okay, this is possible. See, choice ही है ना, कहना ही तो है. हमारा जो ब्रेन है, it is like a multimedia. अब प्रॉब्लम क्या है, हम सारा दिन इसमें नेगेटिव मूवीज चलाते हैं. We start assuming things, we start imagining things which are not even happening in the real world, right? Which is not even happening in the real world. Okay, thank you so much, guys. I'm getting really good answers here. Thank you. So the choice is ours. Now, the second point, which is, we have just 10-15 minutes left. I would like to, just finish it. The second point that I'm going to talk about is vision. The first is mindset. The second M is mission. आपकी जिंदगी का मिशन क्या है, पर्पस क्या है, आपको पता है जहां पे आप खड़े हैं वो क्यों खड़े हैं. Where do you see yourself in next 5 years? Do you have a vision? Do you have a goal for yourself? Do you have a direction for yourself? एक छोटी सी स्टोरी, यहाँ पे 2-3 स्टोरीज शेयर करूंगी. एक छोटी सी स्टोरी, एलिस, अगर आपने वो सीरीज देखी हो, एलिस इन वंडरलैंड, वहां से आती है. तो एलिस जा रही है, शी इज वॉकिंग, एंड वहां पे एक ऐसी जगह पे रास्ते पे पहुंच जाती है, विद देयर इज 4 roads going. It's like in the middle of the road, and she asked the little cat, ये सड़क कहाँ जाती है? Which is the right direction? Actually, this is what she asks. Which is the right direction? And cat says, that depends where you want to go. That's your choice. She said, I don't know where I want to go. Then the cat says, then it doesn't matter. अगर आपको पता ही नहीं है आपको जाना कहाँ है, अगर आपकी लाइफ का कोई डायरेक्शन ही नहीं है, तो क्या फर्क पड़ता है, आप कहीं पे भी जाएं, right? So giving a direction, giving a goal, giving a mission to your life is very, very important. People who are listening to me, I would like you to just take a minute and just think about कि आपको अपनी लाइफ की क्लैरिटी है, आपको लगता है कि मुझे करना क्या है, मैं कहाँ हूँ, क्या ये जहाँ मैं हूँ अपनी चॉइस से हूँ, या ऐसे ही क्योंकि फ्रेंड्स ने एडमिशन ले लिया था इसलिए ले लिया. Where do I want to go in next 3 years or 5 years? See, mission is a smaller version. Before we do this little exercise, there's another thing. Helen Keller का नाम सबने सुना होगा. Helen Keller. Yes, I'm clear. I'm getting answers, which is very good. Priyanshu says, I'm clear. Very good. Helen Keller was once asked, she was blind, very good author. She was once asked, Madam, blind होने से कुछ बुरा हो सकता है किसी इंसान के लिए? आप इतने अच्छे ऑथर हो, आप इतना अच्छा लिखते हो, बट आप देख नहीं सकते, क्या इससे बुरा कुछ हो सकता है? And the Helen Keller says, yes. Having no vision for your life is being worse than being blind. एक अंधे इंसान के पास भी अगर विजन है तो उसकी लाइफ बेहतर है उन लोगों से जिनको ये नहीं पता कि मुझे जाना क्या है, मुझे करना क्या है. So right now you are at a perfect place. You can make your choices well, and you can actually change your reality. As I said before, seriously, it doesn't matter where you come from. क्योंकि मैं काफ़ी बच्चों के साथ काम करती हूँ, मेरे काफ़ी जो students हैं rural background से आते हैं, when I go to universities like GNA and other places, belief उनके अंदर ये डाल दिया जाता है कि अगर आप छोटी जगह से आए हैं तो आप ये नहीं कर सकते. No. It really doesn't matter. I belong to a very small place myself. It is your choices that you make. History is a very bad, dominator of the, future कि ये decide करेगा कि आपका future क्या है. Very good. Dumb and great. I'm getting very good answers. People are very clear about their visions, which is vision is in mind, not in eyes. Very good, very good. Good answers. I'm glad people are participating here. So vision. अब vision के अंदर काफी चीजें आती हैं. Vision, purpose, direction, सब different names हैं. Mission is a smaller, more specific. So you should have two, हमेशा आपके short term goals होने चाहिए. मुझे अगले 3 महीने में क्या करना है. And then you should have a bigger goal. कि एक big picture क्या है मेरी life की. मुझे करना क्या है. That is my big picture. Smaller and the smaller goals. Now, when we talk about, vision or goal and, mission, अब इन सबको पूरा करने के लिए क्या चाहिए? There are 2 very important P's that I'm going to talk about. Any guesses for P's? 2 words starts from P. People can write if they want. Planning? No, I'm looking for another word. Purpose? Yes, Prince says purpose. Good. One more with purpose. Priority. We'll talk about priority in a minute. Okay, great. No problem. So when we talk about 2 important P's, purpose. Now see, purpose मैंने बना लिया, goal मेरा बहुत important है, मुझे ये करना है. But अगर passion नहीं है, तो क्या करेगा purpose? So 2 important P's. अब देखिए एक इंसान जो करना तो बहुत कुछ चाहता है पर उसके पास पैशन नहीं है, उसका पर्पस यूजफुल नहीं होगा. You have to have a great amount of passion to fulfill that purpose. On the other side, passion बहुत है, मेरे पास energy बहुत है, पर purpose नहीं है, क्या होगा? Damage. वो जो energy है वो channelize नहीं होएगी. See, in the end, it's all about energy, right? We have to channelize it in a way that which is useful for the society, which is useful for us. So purpose and passion, write it down. People who are taking the notes. 2 most important P's, purpose and passion. देखिए कि एक idiot को अगर हम या किसी को जो इंसान बिल्कुल पता ही नहीं है जिंदगी में क्या कर रहा है, अगर उसको passion दे दें और उसको passion के injections लगा दो, वो क्या करेगा? Damage to the society, right? गलत तरीके से यूज करेगा. और दूसरे जगह पे मेरा पर्पस तो बहुत बड़ा है बट पैशन नहीं है. 11 बजे से पहले मैं सो के नहीं उठती हूँ या उठता हूँ, क्या करेगा पर्पस? तो आपको अलाइन करना पड़ेगा. यू हैव टू अलाइन दीज 2 थिंग्स. आई एम अ बिग बिलीवर ऑफ लॉ ऑफ अट्रैक्शन. आई एम अ सर्टिफाइड कोच फॉर लॉ ऑफ अट्रैक्शन. अगर जिन बच्चों ने सुना होगा सीक्रेट डॉक्यूमेंट्री, कुछ चीज़ें मैं रिकमेंड भी करूँगी. देयर इज अ डॉक्यूमेंट्री कॉल्ड सीक्रेट बाय रोंडा बर्न. यू मस्ट वॉच इट. जिन्होंने देखी होगी उनको पता होगा. It can change your reality. Now, law of attraction says what you think, what you believe, what you feel is what you get. And it is not a theory, it is a law. Whether you believe it or you don't believe in it. जो आप सोच रहे हैं, जैसा आप महसूस कर रहे हैं, आप वैसा ही attract कर रहे हैं अपनी life में. Right? So when we talk about goals and visions and vision, there's a very most important thing which comes to my mind is, देखिए मिशन बना लिया, पर्पस बना लिया, टाइमलाइन लगा ली, अब करना क्या है? उसके लिए आपको स्किल डेवलपमेंट करनी पड़ेगी. कुछ स्किल आप देखिए, आपका आई कीप रीडिंग अबाउट, जैसे कंवल जी ने कहा कि मैम ने बड़ी जल्दी एक्सेप्ट किया इन्विटेशन. मतलब I was really excited about this. Why? Because I can see the enthusiastic team here who's taking so much effort for their students. So you all should be really thankful about every single one of here. Dr. Pooja, Dr. Kaval Mehra, Mr. Virender Rana, I can see all the team here. Ms. Kanika, who's been taking an effort to arrange these workshops for you. See, देखिए यही resources है ना. अब choice आपकी है. आप यहाँ वीडियो ऑन करके शो करके कि पार्टिसिपेट कर रहे हैं, चाहे कुछ और कर लिए, कौन मॉनिटर कर सकता है? कोई कर सकता है आपको मॉनिटर? कोई भी नहीं. पर कॉन्शियस तो मॉनिटर कर रही है ना. आपको तो पता है ना आप क्या कर रहे हैं अपनी जिंदगी में. उसे कैसे धोखा देंगे आप? राइट. सो सबसे पहले हमें आंसर अपने आप को देना है. मेरी लाइफ है, मैं ही जिम्मेवारी लूंगा या लूंगी. नो ब्लेम, no complaint, no regret. And that is when the real life starts, when you take the full responsibility that yes, it is my life and no one to blame on, no one to rely on. क्योंकि एक्सपायरी एज जो होती है 18 ईयर्स वाली, जहाँ पे मम्मी पापा को हम ब्लेम करते हैं कि मम्मी की वजह से नहीं हुआ, पापा ऐसे थे इसलिए नहीं हुआ, घर ऐसा था, घर छोड़, वो तो आपकी खत्म हो गई अब आप ब्लेम नहीं कर सकते हैं. स्टूडेंट्स भी, अब आपकी लाइफ है, इसको किस डायरेक्शन में लेके जाना है, क्या चॉइसेस करनी है, आपकी सराउंडिंग्स क्या है, आपने टाइम को कैसे मैनेज करना है. मे बी वी कैन हैव अनदर वर्कशॉप प्योरली ऑन कम्युनिकेशन एंड टाइम मैनेजमेंट, क्योंकि टाइम आई बिलीव इज द मोस्ट एक्सपेंसिव करेंसी. इससे ऊपर कुछ नहीं है. एज यू लिसनिंग टू माई वर्ड्स राइट नाउ, 9th December 2:38 p.m. 2020 is never going to come back in your life again. And how easily we waste it. We spend it. We cannot earn it. Our time is limited on this planet Earth. But we feel we have enough time. अब तो वैसे ही कुछ करने को नहीं है. Waste करो जितना कर सकते हैं. No, waste मत करो. Preparation. क्योंकि opportunity और 3-4 महीने में vaccine is ready to come. You're going to be facing the real world. Opportunity is going to be there. The question is, are you preparing yourself? Because if you're not, then you're going to blame your luck. It's a perfect opportunity God has given you. You can work on your communication skills. You can work on your time. There's a lot of things available on everywhere. Webinar to webimar हो गए हैं आजकल. कितने webinars, right? So, पर आपके ऊपर आप क्या सीख रहे हैं? कम्युनिकेशन स्किल्स की इतनी वर्कशॉप्स करते हैं हम लोगों को लगता है कि इंग्लिश अगर मेरे को सही से बोलनी आ जाए देन आई कैन अचीव द वर्ल्ड. सीखिए, अब कितना टाइम है आपके पास. Have you started reading a book? Have you started a journal? Have you anything creative? Do that. Time is now. It's passing by every minute. Right? So we talked about mindset. We talked about vision, goal, because it's a limited time. Normally, my workshops 2-3 दिन की होती हैं, but I tried to, give the best I can in this 30-40 minutes. Another thing, the last thing, and then, I'm going to say bye-bye to all of you. It's important. Normally, I do this exercise in the classroom about building the brand. जहाँ पे भी आप बैठे हैं, जिधर भी बैठे हैं अपनी लोकेशंस पे, एक बार नजर घुमाइए और देखिए क्या क्या एक्सपेंसिव ब्रांड्स आपके पास हैं यहाँ इस समय. क्लोथिंग, वॉच, व्हाटएवर, बिकॉज ब्रांड्स तो आजकल ऐसे हो गया है जैसे कुछ भी करेंगे हम ब्रांड्स के लिए. Okay. Since normally this is the exercise that I do in the classrooms, but we can't do it right now here. So I would just like to tell you the intention behind this thing is our phone first. I got it here. Punveer says my phone, the most important thing. Dekhiye, the most important brand right now here, anyone, not only for students, for everybody, is you, is me. राइट? अगर आपके घर में कार नहीं है तो क्या आप बाजार से जाके कार के सीट्स लाके घर में रखेंगे? नहीं रखेंगे ना. क्यों नहीं रखेंगे? Because that's an accessory. So the real brand is you. Develop that. That's very, very important. The cake on the icing. These brands are like a cake on the icing, right? An iPhone, or maybe a good branded clothes that you like to wear, or good, things that you would like to have to make you feel, because these things, they make you feel confident, right? Look at me, I'm wearing Rado. Look at me, I'm wearing this, nice brand. Look at my purse. Look at what happens with these things? They make us feel confident about who we are. And there's nothing wrong with it. I like to wear all the brands too. But the problem happens when we do not have these brands with us. Are we still feeling confident? Or are we feeling hollow within? Ask this question. So develop yourself. वो कहाँ से आएगा? आपके पास अगर 10,000 रुपए नहीं होंगे तो दे पाएंगे किसी को? If I ask you, give me $10,000 right now, will you be able to give it? Phone mein to, laptop mein to वैसे भी नहीं दे पाएंगे, but would you be able to give? No. Why? Because you don't have it. So जिस चीजें आपके पास है ही नहीं, वो देंगे कहाँ से? Happiness, for that matter. So first you have to fill that happiness within you. And there is no way to happiness. People ask me, ma'am, tell us, rasta kya hai? Khushi ka rasta kya hai? Because in the end, what is two things people are chasing? Happiness, success. Happiness, success. That's it. Happiness, success, money. Three things. लोग अभी भी ब्रांड्स भेजी जा रहे हैं मुझे, टेलीविजन, क्योंकि आजकल सबसे बढ़िया टाइम पास ही वही है. गुड. ग्रेट. तो जो चीज हमारे पास है ही नहीं, वो देंगे कैसे? इटर्नल हैप्पीनेस इज रिक्वायर्ड. थैंक यू. वेरी वेरी इंटेलिजेंट स्टूडेंट्स है. नाउ इंटरनल हैप्पीनेस कहाँ से आएगी? कॉन्फिडेंस कहाँ से आएगा? जब अंदर फिल करेंगे. फिल कैसे करेंगे? स्किल डेवलपमेंट से. जो चीजें आपको दुनिया से कम दिखाती हैं, उन चीजों को सीख के, उसके लिए एफर्ट करने पड़ते हैं. चॉइसेस राइट होनी इंपॉर्टेंट है. राइट? हर किसी का मन करता है 3 घंटे बैठ के नेटफ्लिक्स देखने का, बिंजिंग करने का, बट ये एक चॉइस है. उन्हीं 3 घंटों में डिक्शनरी लेके, किताब लेके 10 इंग्लिश के वर्ड सीखेंगे, बेहतर इंग्लिश बोल पाएंगे. डिफरेंट चॉइस. तो लक को ब्लेम मत कीजिए, अपने पेरेंट्स को ब्लेम मत कीजिए, अपनी फैमिलीज को ब्लेम मत कीजिए. राइट नाउ, एज यू लिसनिंग टू माई वर्ड्स, यू हैव अ चॉइस टू मेक अ डिसीजन and tell yourself, my life, whatever I've done, not anymore. And that is the only way you can change the reality of it. I would like to end this with one, couplets. Hindi ke mujhe bahut अच्छे लगते हैं, because I think that they make a lot of sense. And this is my favorite one. It's about taking the first step, right? Taking the first step. So it goes like this. मंजिलें मिल ही जाएंगी, चाहे भटकते हुए ही सही. मंजिलें मिल ही जाएंगी, चाहे भटकते हुए ही सही. गुमराह तो वो हैं जो घर से निकले ही नहीं. गुमराह तो वो हैं जो घर से निकले ही नहीं. So taking a first step is the only thing that we all have to do. And then universe, God, just जो भी आपने नाम देते हैं, he's or there to support you, to guide you, to lead you, to take you to the path that you want to go in life. Thank you very much.
Thank you so much, ma'am, for this great session. There were many key takeaways, and I'm confident that students would now be implementing all these great things that you have shared with us today. And from the comments, I can see that students were continuously participating, and they must be have learned a lot from this session. So I think we can have just 2-3 questions.
Yes,
and,
we can.
So students can write their questions in a Q&A box. And so we have started receiving the comments also. The best webinar ever.
Thank you.
So you can also, all the students can also share their thoughts on our social media platforms. The post would be shared, and you can just comment and like and share those posts also. So you can do that there also. So I have one question in the Q&A box. Like ma'am talked about choices. So ma'am, do you think if we will get more choices, don't you think it will be more confusing for us to make decisions? The student is asking, like if they'll be having more choices, so would it be confusing for them to make choices? So
देखिए, जो इन्होंने क्वेश्चन किया है वो बिल्कुल सही है, बट यहाँ पे मेरी इंटेंशन जो चॉइसेस है वो टोटली डिफरेंट है. यहाँ पे हम चॉइसेस हमें जो मिल रही हैं हम उसकी बात नहीं कर रहे हैं. आई एम नॉट टॉकिंग अबाउट द चॉइसेस दैट वी आर गेटिंग एंड सेलेक्टिंग वन आउट ऑफ देम. आई एम टॉकिंग अबाउट द चॉइसेस दैट आई एम मेकिंग एवरी डे. Like it is my choice to sit front of, as I gave an example of Netflix, right? I have a lot of time these days because I'm not going to college and I'm not taking classes. So it is my choice that I decide to sit front of TV for 3 hours, or I, maybe go and do my run for 5 kilometers. It's my choice, right? देखिए, परेशानी की इस समय ये जो स्टेट है ये सबके लिए सेम है. This is not something which is for one person or 2 person. We all are facing the difficult times. So I think question थोड़ा इन्होंने different से understand किया. यहाँ पे choices, हम जो choices बना रहे हैं, हम जो choices ले रहे हैं daily, कि मुझे अपने फ्रेंड के साथ 3 घंटे बाहर घूमने जाना है कि घर बैठ के थोड़ी पढ़ाई करनी है. Those are the choices I'm talking about. I hope that makes sense?
Yes, yes. Obviously, so if any of the students have some more questions, so there is, I think we can take just one more question because uh, we have very limited time. So there
I
is
can
another
take
question.
two. I mean, I can take two questions. Yeah.
So the question is, should we decide our own goals, or our parents should be deciding about our goals as they are mature to do so? So I think this is by some BBA BCom student.
देखिए अब मैं कैमरा पे क्या बोलूं, मैंने किसी को अनॉय नहीं करना है, किसी को यहाँ पे वो नहीं करना है, बट आई थिंक व्हाट आई पर्सनली बिलीव इज, क्योंकि आई डू लॉट ऑफ काउंसलिंग एज वेल, पेरेंट्स जो करते हैं वो अपनी अंडरस्टैंडिंग से करते हैं, गुड इंटेंशन से करते हैं, उसमें कोई डाउट नहीं है, और मे बी एक्सपीरियंस भी ज़्यादा होता है, बट इट प्योरली डिपेंड्स ऑन अ सिचुएशन. दे कुड नॉट बी वन आंसर टू इट. Sometimes we know what is our calling, what is, our higher purpose, and sometimes, it is really good if you can make them understand how you feel about your goal and convince them and go on that path, rather than just completely believing in what they are saying. Because sometimes what happens is we get stuck with the rat race and herd, following the herd, कि 10 बच्चों ने अगर engineering की है तो मेरा बच्चा भी इंजीनियरिंग ही करे. हो सकता है मैं इंजीनियर बनना ही ना चाहती हूँ, हो सकता है मेरा इंटरेस्ट ही फोटोग्राफी में हो, राइट? तो ये जो चीज़ है, जो क्वेश्चन है, इट्स अ वेरी गुड क्वेश्चन, इट्स अ वेरी ट्रिकी क्वेश्चन, बट देयर इज नो वन आंसर टू इट. You have to be really, it purely depends on the situation. It purely depends on the resources. It purely depends on your family situation. But if somebody has any particular question and they would like to talk to me, that's fine. I can talk to them personally and give that answer.
Okay, and
Yeah.
ma'am, we can take the last question, like how to feed the good wolf, how to check that it always win.
How to
Feed the good wolf.
Your voice is breaking, sorry.
Ma'am, the question is that, it is about the Zen story that you shared in between, that we all have these two wolves inside us, and, which one will win. So the student has asked this question, that how to feed the good wolf.
Oh,
so
to good
that
feed,
you
good
come
feel.
out.
Okay.
Yeah, so that's the question.
Oh, wonderful. This is my favorite question. How to feed the good wolf. जिसने भी क्वेश्चन पूछा है, बहुत अच्छा क्वेश्चन है. अगर वो आंसर कर सकते हैं या चैट बॉक्स में लिख सकते हैं कि उनको क्या लगता है, तो बहुत अच्छा है. अदरवाइज आई वुड लाइक टू आंसर. देखिए, गुड वुल्फ क्या है? Presenting my kindness, my love, my purpose, my goal, all the good things. ईमानदारी जिसको, honesty, whatever that we're saying, kindness. इसको कैसे फीड करेंगे? सिंपल है, बहुत सिंपल है. वो एक्ट्स कीजिए, जो चीज़ें आपको ये चीज़ फील कराती हैं. काइंडनेस का एक्ट करें. अपने आसपास घर में वो माहौल बना के रखें. अगर दो इंसान आपस में आपको लग रहा है कि कहीं पे कॉन्ट्रडिक्शंस हो रही हैं या कहीं पे आर्ग्यूमेंट्स हो रहे हैं, उसको रिजॉल्व करें. बी अ गुड मॉडरेटर. हेट्रेड नहीं करें. अच्छी किताब पढ़ें. अब देखिए, अगर टीवी पे हर समय आप क्राइम पेट्रोल देखेंगे तो क्या अट्रैक्ट करेंगे? सिंपल है. लॉ ऑफ अट्रैक्शन सेज, लॉ ऑफ अट्रैक्शन तो ये भी कहती है कि आप सुबह उठ के अखबार भी ना पढ़ें, क्योंकि देखिए, एनर्जी इज एवरीथिंग. जिस चीज पे आप एनर्जी फोकस करेंगे वो चीज बढ़ती जाएगी. तो फीडिंग अ गुड फूल इज, इट इज डिफिकल्ट. इट इज डिफिकल्ट, बट यू हैव टू डू इट इफ यू हैव टू फीड इट. क्योंकि रहेंगे दोनों, छोड़ के कोई नहीं जाएगा आपकी बॉडी से. That's how our body and our mind has been designed, right? So आप अच्छी किताब पढ़ें, अच्छी डॉक्यूमेंट्री देखें, कुछ अच्छा काइंडनेस का एक्ट करें. अभी तो अपॉर्चुनिटी बहुत है, इतनी ठंड का मौसम है. किसी गरीब को खाना खिलाएं, जाके किसी गरीब की मदद करें. आपको देखिए, अभी हमारे पास समय नहीं है, बट वी एंथनी रॉबिन्स ही टॉक्स अबाउट 5 वेरी वेरी इंपॉर्टेंट ह्यूमन नीड्स, साइकोलॉजिकल नीड्स, जिसमें सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट है कॉन्ट्रीब्यूशन. ये ह्यूमन बीइंग की नेचर है. जब हम कंट्रीब्यूट करते हैं किसी को, वी फील सो गुड अबाउट अवरसेल्व्स. और कंट्रीब्यूशन का मतलब यहाँ पे मॉनेटरी कंट्रीब्यूशन नहीं है. अगर आपने किसी गरीब बच्चे को सिर्फ डायरेक्शन भी दे दी है ना, मान लीजिए आपको कुछ पता है और आपने उसको समझा दिया है, यू गोना फील गुड अबाउट योरसेल्फ. दिस इज हाउ वी गोना feed our good wolf. So there are a lot of things that we can do. Hope that helps.
Yes, ma'am.
How to control? I got one question here. How to control monkey inside us? Oh, wow, interesting. देखिए, monkey बहुत शैतान होता है, monkey mind. इसको कंट्रोल करना, इसको समझाना, बिठा के इसके साथ पूरी काउंसलिंग करनी पड़ती है. इसको बताना पड़ता है कि अगर ये नहीं करोगे तो इसके कॉन्सिक्वेंसेस ये होंगे. अगर 5 किलोमीटर सैर नहीं करने को जाओगे देन 2 किलो वेट बढ़ेगा, राइट? पूरा टाइम नेटफ्लिक्स पे बिंज करोगे तो क्या होगा? You know, right? So monkey mind को control करना पड़ता है. It is in your hand only. Again, it's the same question as how to feed our good wolf. It's a similar thing. एंड सबसे इंपॉर्टेंट चीज है जो मैं आपको बता देती हूँ, अगर आप लोग, क्योंकि नॉर्मली अभी हमारे पास बिल्कुल अब टाइम नहीं है, 2-4 मिनट ही रह गए, वी हैव टू फिनिश दिस. बेस्ट थिंग यू कैन डू इज, क्योंकि आजकल जो टाइम चल रहा है किसी को कुछ नहीं पता, जैसे आप लोगों का तो फिर भी सेट रूटीन है, यू डूइंग दिस क्लासेस एंड ऑल, बट व्हाट यू कैन डू इज बिफोर यू स्लीप, in the end of the day, make a to-do list. The best thing to do for time management. अपनी एक लिस्ट बनाइए, उस लिस्ट पे ये लिखिए कि नेक्स्ट डे के लिए क्लासेस तो मेरा रूटीन है, वो तो मुझे करनी है. उसके अलावा व्हाट एम आई डूइंग? एम आई रीडिंग अ गुड बुक? एम आई इवन स्पेंडिंग 10 मिनट्स टू डू मेडिटेशन और मेडिटेट, और एम आई गोइंग आउट फॉर अ वॉक? क्या फिजिकल एक्टिविटी के लिए कुछ टाइम लगा रही हूँ, नहीं लगा रही हूँ? क्या मैं कुछ अच्छा रीड कर रही हूँ? एम आई फीड स्ट्रे डॉग्स, पीपल आर नाउ राइटिंग, द आइडियाज आर कमिंग. क्या मैं गार्डनिंग कर सकते? वॉट एवर. देखिए, एज आई सेड, हैप्पीनेस जो है वो और सक्सेस जो है, इसकी कोई डेफिनेशन नहीं है, ये डेफिनेशन आपको खुद देनी पड़ती है. किसी को खुशी मिलती है गार्डनिंग करके, किसी को खुशी मिलती है अच्छा खाना बना के, किसी को खुशी मिलती है म्यूजिक सुन के, किसी को खुशी मिलती है डांस करके. यू गोटा सी व्हाट मेक्स यू हैप्पी. जस्ट स्टार्ट वर्किंग ऑन इट. या एनीथिंग एल्स? Any questions from panel?
Ma'am, one thing I would like to say, the session was really great.
Thank you.
And very interesting also. And somewhere, I was trying to connect, or I was trying to relate your session to spirituality also. When you were talking about law of attraction and the other things, the flow of energy, how does it work? Whatever you think about, wherever your energy is channelized, you start attracting those things in your life.
Yeah.
And I think we all have somewhere during some times, we all have experienced this in our lives.
Yes.
So it was a great session, ma'am. Thank you so much for being there.
Thank you
Yes,
so much.
Kanika, ma'am.
Thank you.
No, we don't have any questions, ma'am. We just have words of appreciation for you. It was really very engaging, and all the compliments in the chat box are a testimony to that.
Thank you so much, Kanika ma'am. Thank you.
No questions. In fact, I would echo Dr. Pooja's thoughts. What she mentioned was that you could relate to it from a spiritual perspective as well, right? I was reminded, one of my favorite books is by John Milton.
Okay.
Way back, Paradise Lost, it's considered to be one of his best. So book 1 of Paradise Lost mentions, it has this very beautiful quote, and oft quoted, lines are, the mind is its own place, and in itself it can make a heaven of hell and hell of heaven.
Absolutely.
So, the moment you started today's lecture with the beautiful quote of, your choices are going to determine your future and your life, I was reminded of that thought, of those lines, and, yes, everything, all that you mentioned, all that you shared, substantiated them with examples and quotes and beautiful couplets in between, especially in Hindi,
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you so much. I'm glad that you could align to it.
Right. Yeah.
Thank you. Anything from you, Mr. Virender, sir?
So you can unmute. Unmute, sir. मुझे तो मैडम बहुत देर के बाद एक बहुत अच्छा जो है ना स्पीकर जो है वो मिल गया.
थैंक यू सर.
बिल्कुल बहुत मजा आया मुझे तो. जो हमारे कुलीग्स हैं, स्पेशली कनिका मैम एंड पूजा भंडारी, दे यूज्ड टू टेल मी के सर आप भी कुछ बोलिए, कुछ बताया कीजिए इस तरह. और मुझे ऐसे लग रहा था कि आई एम सीइंग अ रेप्लिका ऑफ माई सेल्फ.
थैंक यू सर. मीन्स अ लॉट. थैंक यू.
बिल्कुल. और बहुत ही मतलब आप ये देखो, मैंने कई पॉइंट्स यहाँ पे लिखे हैं कि जब भी आप हमारे से भी जुदा हो जाओगे तो हम उसको दोबारा से जो है वो रिप्लेनिश कर सकते हैं कि स्टॉक तो रह जाए मेरे पास, क्योंकि हमारे पास स्टॉक भी होना चाहिए कि क्या क्या लिखा गया है, क्या बोला गया था. बहुत बढ़िया. और आप समझिए कि आपने F5 का बटन हमारा दबा दिया.
थैंक यू सर. थैंक यू सो मच. मीन्स अ लॉट. थैंक यू.
बिल्कुल.
और
इतना एक्सपीरियंस तो नहीं है जितना आप लोगों का होगा, बट
नहीं मैडम,
थैंक यू।
ये देखिए मतलब वर्ड्स भी वही रहते हैं, सेंटेंसेस भी वही रहते हैं, लेकिन सवाल ये पैदा होते हैं किसके मुंह से निकलते हैं।
थैंक यू सर,
और
थैंक यू।
बिल्कुल, क्योंकि मैंने अब कई जो हमारे कुलीग्स हैं वो उनसे बातचीत करता रहता हूँ कि वर्ड्स हैव पावर टू क्रिएट समथिंग गुड आउट ऑफ यू। अगर हम अपने ऊपर ही वो शब्द लगाने शुरू कर दें, अब एप्लीकेशन उनको देने शुरू कर दें, मेरे ख्याल वी आर गोइंग टू बी वेरी पावरफुल प्रोडक्शन हाउसेस।
थैंक यू सर, थैंक यू, थैंक यू।
Thank you so much, ma'am. So we'll just thank you for joining us today and
Thank you, Mr.
blessing
Kaur.
us with your great knowledge. And I thank you all the audience also, all the panelists
Thank you
also.
so much,
Thank you,
students. Yes,
Thank
thank
you
you so much, students. It was not about me, it was about all of you. And I really hope that you got something out of today's session and you actually used them. That's going to be my actually, that's going to make me happy. And if any questions you have, you
बोलनी
can.
थी आपको,
Yes, sir.
थोड़ी स्टेंट के लिए आपके हस्बैंड आए थे, तो उनकी आवाज जो थोड़ी सी, दैट वाज वेरी मेस्मराइजिंग।
Thank you, sir. I will let him know. Thank you, sir.
Okay, thank you so much. So
Thank
we
you.
can.
Thank you very much. Thank you, everybody. Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you.